Hi everybody, my name's Paul Skivington. I'm 42 years old and I've been using the X39 patches for the last 35 days. My background is I joined the army as a teenager and age 23 I had a severe motorbike crash which resulted in me losing my left leg and severely damaging my left arm also. Then set forward a sort of 4-year recovery journey, and up until very recently I wouldn't class it as severe, but probably 6 out of 10 on the pain scale was my phantom pain intermittently, so not all the time, but it was enough to stop me in my tracks and for about 30 or 40 seconds kind of wince and just I just have to let it pass. I tried loads and loads of medication, but as people know that have to manage pain, lifelong or long-term use of prescription drugs isn't good for you. So that was my story. And then Jackson and my brother asked me to, or suggested I try the patches, and yeah, the phantom pain has reduced by 75%, and that's no joke. I haven't had a spasm which has stopped me in my tracks since I've been on them. I feel like my energy levels are, I mean, I'm quite an active guy anyway for an amputee, but I feel like I've stepped it up to the next level. And another byproduct is I used to have a real itchy elbow crease where I have sort of scar tissue, and that stopped. Completely stopped, and the common denominator is the X39. So yeah, I'm a big fan, and I'm going to continue using it most definitely.
How's your sleep? How's your sleeping?
Yeah, well, so my sleep pattern was very sleep 3 hours, wake up, and occasionally it would be good sleep. But since being on the patches, I wouldn't say the sleep length has increased, but certainly the quality of sleep's increased. And also my wife, who's also on the patches, she agrees her sleep's improved as well. I wake up a lot fresher, a lot more gusto, up for it a bit more. But I'm definitely putting the quality of sleep down to the patches. It's like my brother, I'm motivated. I've got good personal responsibility when it comes to my own fitness. So I've always maintained a good level of fitness. But with the X39s, I found that I'm up for doing that extra set, those extra reps. Yeah, and there's nothing else to say on that. If I go on the battle rope and I'm on it hard, and I feel that the X39s, or certainly whatever's changed over the last 35 days, and the only thing that has changed is the X39, I've got more energy and a bit more fire in my belly.
Yeah, that's amazing. So were you taking any medications before the X39?
No, I purposely stopped taking medication just to, the negative effects of taking long-term medication. So I stopped. I mean, occasionally I'll take codeine sulfate if the pain's bad, and naproxen, which are the UK prescribed anti-inflammatories and pain management tablets. So I do occasionally take them, but actually, I mean, I hadn't thought about it, but I haven't taken any since I've been in the X39s. So, and I'm working out harder than I did. So normally I would work out and maybe push it a bit too hard. So maybe I have to take a little bit of pain management, and actually I haven't, and I'm working harder in the gym. So that's another positive which I hadn't thought about. I've got a scar. It's called compartment syndrome, and I had to have metal plates put in my forearm, and basically the muscle knotted, and it resulted in me having a huge skin graft on my forearm. So I had 2 plates, 17 pins, and then a huge scar which was for pressure release. And then about 3 years ago, I broke my arm boxing and had to have another operation, more plates, more pins. So my arm actually was the most, the most severe injury for me to get on with my day-to-day life, because the wrist or the wrist and the arm, they're kind of fundamental to every day you can sort of get by with one leg. But since I've been on the X39s, sorry, I sort of went ahead there. So at my scar site in my elbow crease, I had a serious itch, and it was, you know, very uncomfortable. I was on, I can't think of it, hydrocortisone cream, which wasn't prescribed, it was just bought over the counter, but that did alleviate it. But I've stopped taking that. I mean, the itch has gone completely, actually completely. So, I mean, that's another amazing byproduct.